figure it
All
out.
right. I'm not going to put lists in here. I guess they're recording. Later I can edit. But you guys are live.
Okay.
Test.
I don't remember.
My mic sounds nice.
Here, I'll look at his thing and then we'll be able to know.
We're good to go. All right, now
It's it's the one that has like that pendant look on it, like a necklace pendant look. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, my wife actually came out with a whole lot of screaming with the air bombs and stuff. So.
Yeah, those
Fancy fighting. A lot of baggies involved here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad, Zach. I'm glad you're interested and you made it out with us, man. I hope you enjoy this.
Yeah,
Because I like you, I got crush you like
at Michael.
I was about to say something similar. I was like, I'll take it easy.
You need for the convention. This works in your photo.
She's awesome.
That would work really well. Thank you.
This is why we get married.
Fill in all the missing gaps. Oh, do you have any of the? I left them in my box at home. The unit markers.
Alamo City.
Since I have two sets of duplicates. No, these.
So, yep. By the way, here's your dice.
Okay.
Don't use a dice tray. Doesn't need to be. I can't get it in the camera. I'm gonna order probably an attachment or something that extends this.
Okay.
I'm getting tired. What's that?
You said don't use dice tray?
Yeah, because I can't. So the angle, because of the leg, and I can't get this leg
14,
closer without.
14.
Okay.
So there's nothing I can do about it.
I just need one other matching and I'm cool. Thank you.
What am I thinking here? I need train cards. You guys know where I put my train cards.
Another rule, we don't have to necessarily do it, but there is somebody talking about the way that terrain cards are pulled. Is
Like a different way now.
well,
You mean instead of like flipping over?
like so the way, and I read it, the way it is for the fortified.
Yeah.
The first player gets a card pulled,
Right.
and then it goes to the second player,
Yeah, and it's
then
the
back to
first
first
one.
player, and then
Right.
back to second player.
Right.
But it starts with that first player.
Yes.
Then, for the mountainous terrain,
It's the second player.
you repeat that step, which immediately calls out that it starts with first player again.
Oh.
So for
is
stuff
that
like-
a new rule? I don't remember that.
No,
happening.
it's in the rule book, but I think it got updated in a way that people were just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
they didn't call it out.
Because I always assumed it was just, you go back and forth,
Yeah.
and then you start on this side, and then you go to that side. I didn't know
Yeah.
you restart it when
No,
you get to the other
yeah,
side.
it's you go back and forth within that
Within the
that
category.
category. So if you have 4 here for whatever reason, you go
Yeah.
back and forth,
But
and then you
usually
would
it's
start
2.
over with first player there. Right.
What are you looking for?
Interesting.
Or if it was 3, you go first player, second player, first player. Or if it's 2 and 1, you go first player, second player, and then back to first player anyway.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
But it's in stuff like this where it's 1 and 1, it goes first player and then first player again because it's a different category.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, which
That'd make it your bid for first player a whole new element on
it
things like that.
it
because
makes-
then you get your terrain.
it makes this where I have 13 points of bid go. I'm first player every time.
And
That's all my
by the way,
trade.
there's rules in tournament regulations to have custom train and actually make. And we can make our own train up too. So
Yeah.
as long as you maybe agree with everybody in advance, and just make your own cards, and just kind of.
For 3D terrain,
I call this myself a terrain.
for 3D terrain, they actually have guidelines to where like a
They
2 tray would be this by this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's equal to volatile rooms.
That would actually be really nice to do.
Well,
I
we're ready to go.
might start trying to do that and make it
So
3D terrain.
I'm gonna give you guys about five
Your own
to
custom?
10. Well, I'll give you guys about 5 more minutes to get all your stuff.
You can make some pretty
together.
cool stuff.
What do you need
Yeah.
help with?
I mean, doing like a smoldering forest,
I pulled it out. Train for Zach and I.
like easily, just get like a bunch of bark, paint it red, do smoke and stuff like that. And be like, okay, if my carrying lancers want to land in it, I'm gonna be doing one of those because it's 3D, but they're in there.
Well, imagine if you could literally do custom, like not even the same shape as their stuff. Like, let's say you have a horseshoe where your archers fit into the terrain and they're blocked by terrain on all sides. It's 0, like, 0 to where nobody can enter it. That'd be really interesting, but make it also have, what's it called? The swamp one, where you can shoot over it. I forget what it's called.
Elevate or
It's not elevated, it's a,
taxing.
Well, I have
Is it taxing? Taxing.
Exposed.
Exposed. Be like exposed or
Just
something
run,
like that, you know?
Yeah, just run through all the keywords. It's like,
Look out for like any floating carts.
it's like, so you can't melee them, but you can shoot them out of there.
Yeah.
Like on this side or something?
Yeah. They only have to-
So yeah, that where it starts getting into that, like no two cards can have up to 8, and then if it was all close, like,
Yeah, that's-
I kind of like it back and forth a little bit.
No two cards can have up to 8. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, because right now
limit 2.
I can
for
have a
one
6
type
and a
of
2,
Yeah.
and these two can be 2s as well.
Which
Because
I'm
that's
upset
8.
because I bought
That's
it
8.
Yeah, no
That's
matter
8.
no matter what gets.
of the Atari, so I can have 3 Atari
Yeah,
Memorials. Now I
that
can
is a
even have
unique.
that thing.
That's a good
Yeah.
call. You heard that in the podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so
And then that comes into the where this thing is. It's like, so if I'm first player for this, I go,
No, you're fine.
we're playing with a Rocky Outcrop and we're playing with a Bone Totem
He's showing me.
of my terrain that I chose.
Yeah.
So that very much turns into how much do I want to be first player, how much do I want
Right.
to be
Yeah,
second
that can change the drive for being the initiative bid.
It's bugging you. I
Most
know.
of the
But
time,
it would depend too, because if it gets flipped over and you see it's like a 2 and a 1, then you're not as concerned.
yeah.
But
And
if
it's
you
like,
know you're going to get both of them,
yeah. Yeah. Because most of the time as a white card, I want to be second player.
Green and mustard.
I got the whole
Fighting starts second round most of the time.
yeah.
But if I knew that if I wanted to be first player because I wanted the terrain, it's like, I can delay for 2 turns.
Yeah.
We can fight on 3. I'll swing that in my favor. I can have it.
Right.
So then it starts getting into that mind game. It's like, okay, is he going to engage? Is he just going to sit back? What's he going to do? I don't
Right.
know. Yeah. So,
Well, should we roll?
sure.
I can't. It's got to show up somewhere.
Well, and I have like, I'm not out because I have duplicates since I'm on 2 core sets.
Right,
so,
right.
like-
Well, it's still. I mean, it's nice to have one for Zach, one for you.
What are you looking for?
Oh, the cards I wrote through pulled for terrain.
had
I
terrain
did
cards
4 for
and
me,
lost
4
them.
for Zach, and
I think I've got. I'm only using these ones, so I probably will have extras.
Oh, you know what?
I'm,
I mean, we have extras. That's not the problem. It's just about his stuff being.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
I know it'll probably turn up at some point.
And I've got a second set of
that'd be
a second core worth of basic terrain too.
So I'm new to the setup on this, so if you want to walk me through how to do that.
So first we'll have to establish first player, second player.
And then the
I know. My neck is really sore.
set the boundaries.
I'm at 199 points.
I'm at 200.
You're at 200, so I'll choose who gets to be first player,
Luke, you
second
didn't put
player.
anything in these trays, right?
I did not.
I don't think so. That's weird. He had train cards, and he
Yeah,
gave some to Zach, and then you placed them down, and then he
Yeah, Zach has his, so that's not missing issue. Yeah, they'll turn up, or they won't.
Those are mine.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah, they are
His aren't
mandated.
sleeved.
But Zach will probably good since they can tell them apart from you guys.
Right
They
now,
weren't sleeved.
I think you're gonna want to sleeve them eventually. Since
Yeah, I'll start doing unique sleeves on mine. That'll help differentiate stuff. So I have the 1 point bid. So I got to choose who gets to be first player, who gets to be second player.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe we would pack up everything.
Yeah, once we get things, I think it'll show
First
up.
player.
I would have guessed it'd be on the ground. Or something.
First player acts
Yeah.
like they chose this
But
card.
I don't
Second
see
player
anything.
acts like they chose this card, I believe.
Okay.
So anything that refers to first player
On the Valdo runes review.
is I will determine who that is. And then meeting engagement, second player will get to choose which side they deploy, but
Okay.
they're the same.
Okay.
For this instance, I think I want to be second player.
Okay. Oh, and is it meeting engagement or is it unprepared?
Is it unprepared or meeting engagement? What are we doing?
We're doing unprepared and
Unprepared.
Valhalla runes.
Okay.
So, Valhalla runes, I'll just use my pick.
So I'm going to definitely choose to be second player.
And,
All right.
We were just having that discussion.
Yeah.
and that's the deal is that I am.
I expected no less.
So
points.
Yeah.
your terrain cards,
Okay.
200
you'll
points.
pull
Okay, so what we're
face
gonna do
down,
is
and I'll
like,
pull one of those.
Okay.
We'll do a 50-50 die. So this is like 3 of them are green, 3 of them are blue. Okay, and so you just call it blue or green. Okay, and then
Then I pick your trade card for 1 second.
you might have given too much. You got 2 core sets, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should have the 2 core sets. You should have 4 rocks, 2 forests, and with the core sets, if that's what you're adding up. Now, this, and then also 2 of these.
Okay.
So 4 rocks, 2 of these, 2 of these, which you have. That sounds like you got right there. And the fortress comes with the Lord Hawthorne set, and so you need 2 more rocks and then 1 more forest, which are missing.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah, so I'll just grab 4 of these real quick and then hand it back to Zach.
Okay. All right, so green or blue?
Okay. So those will get face down, scrambled up.
So I have the option of being the first player
They've
or
chosen
the
it.
second player. First player will get to choose.
This one of yours.
So what is it?
So
First player
it'll be
chooses
rough.
terrain, or first players will get the odd number of terrain, right? And then first player gets to choose deployment.
Second player chooses deployment.
Yeah, so second player chooses deployment. First player.
Is treated as first player for runes, but then they draw first from all terrain.
Yeah, right. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
So there'll be a rocky outcrop,
I will be the
and
second
then
player.
there'll be another one from my
So
pile,
I'm
so
going
we'll
to get
pick
the
one
red
of those.
side. Okay.
So then also getting a ransacked manor.
Then we're going to do the file tower.
So
Okay.
so you're the stronghold or the fortified terrain,
Okay.
and then there's one.
And so we have just one person with terrain on there. Do you want to use your terrain
Yeah.
for this one?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about me pulling the wrong one or what have you.
And then there'll be rough terrain, so this will be, I'll pull this one from yours. So then, Temple Runes. And I think I have one of those, so I'll pull it out too.
And that's her inspiration if you fly with it. Okay. Go with 2.
All right, so then we shuffle our terrain card.
There's the Temple Runes.
And
We are fighting in a rune city, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what it
Why
looks
would
like.
you not?
So you're going to not be able to go beyond range 1. I mean, obviously, these will be exceptions. And then you will draw your card, take your cards right here. Your terrain cards, shuffle them. Sorry.
So then the place,
The
first
temple-
like set up the,
Let me pull out the card for Temple Runes because I have one of those as well, just for reference for me.
Okay, so now the first one is going to be, you see the castle symbol, like the little fortress?
Alrighty, so
The little rampart.
because I'm second player, I'm going to choose the red deployment.
All right, so the first two we're going to draw are going to be that one, and then the last one. So we're going to have a fortress. This one. So you have the fortress cardboard tray piece.
And then the rock does nothing.
Yeah,
Does he have the cardboard cutouts of the train cards?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so we have that.
Unit 5 of this train receives 1 inspiration token.
And then we draw one. We're gonna find out what we get.
so this is the ruins, this is the manor. If you're in it and you perform a command action, you get 10 victory points.
But you can't do it on the same turn that you enter it.
Okay. And both of them are tray limit 2. This is
tray limit
6.
6, and Temple Runes is tray limit 2.
We got that.
Okay.
And then
So-
you're gonna draw another one.
These will get set aside,
Okay,
and
this is gonna be
we'll
that
set
one
deployment
because
zones.
we already did
Your
the first
deployment
two
zone
and
is
then
range
the first
1.
Right, you understand how this is
So
working? So now that mountain symbol.
everything for you that is able to fit in that one
Mm-hmm.
tray must do so.
Okay.
But because this unit can't fit
It
in
just
that
has to
one
be
anyway,
back against the.
it has to be back against one of the edges.
Okay. And
But for like one of these smaller trays, you can stick it as far forward as you can to that edge of the one range.
okay.
But that's range 1 all the way across the
You are
board.
first player.
Okay.
You will get to place the
Meanwhile,
first
mine is going to be a
tray.
range 5 all the way across the board.
It cannot be in a deployment zone. It can't be closer than
Mine
range
comes all the way
two
out
of
to
another piece
there.
of terrain. And it can't be can't be within range 2 of the edge.
Do you have 2 more of
Closer
those?
than range 2.
Or I can pull mine out
It
if you
has to
want.
be beyond range 2.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I'm trying the less tokens from each side on the board, the better.
Right.
Range 1. And I just put it right at the edge so I know I can't go past any of the piece of cardboard.
Once you guys
Makes
feel good and set, I'll start the timer.
Okay.
Just so that we keep things going, we have to have some sort of time.
Okay. And then terrain can't be placed in a deployment zone
Okay.
or at range.
As long as it's not in the deployment zone, like within the red or the blue, or
All right. And player 1, do you place terrain first?
Yes.
And that's
Okay.
actually a great spot.
I get to
So,
place
like,
first.
do you have
So
target steel on this unit? On the crossbow? Fire. Okay.
I was hoping that would be the other side, the burning forest.
Because
Because I can walk into that forest and just not care.
And up in one of the deployment zones, correct?
I'm pretty sure yes. Can't be within
Not
it.
that fire room won't work. Just gotta have a feel for it. Excuse me. All right, so
Set up.
we got that, and now I'm going to Place one of these.
And what actually is this unit?
This is Death Knights.
Okay,
But-
Death Knights, but
yeah,
race back.
Race in the back because the trays that I have don't have magnets in them, and all of my Death Knights have magnets.
Okay, so it's actually a Death Knight unit.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that rule? Is that page 4?
Right there. Just like that, and then that pushes you. So that's good right there.
So I think the player chose the deployment card used.
Straight is used.
Or no, the deployment card. So that would be me, because I'm second player.
Okay.
So I'll start with it. Terrain cannot be placed at range 1 or 2 of the edge of the play area, at range 1 or 2 of other terrain, or touching either deployment area. So it can't be in that bar. Can't be at range 1 to 2 of the edge of either board,
Okay.
and in range 1 to 2 of...
Can't be within 1, 2, so it has to be like 3 out from my side, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it can be right up to the edge of your board.
Now we got
No.
6 different tokens.
Yeah,
These are the
yeah,
ball
on your
tokens.
side, because that's the edge of the play area.
And
Yeah,
so now
so
it's all
three.
set up.
There's a-
And all we're going to do is each player takes 3
Okay.
tokens. Then starting
Actually,
with the
it's
player
at
who
5
did not
for you.
choose
That
his
puts
card,
it.
the player
Everything's gonna be over here.
the tokens
It can't be
one
in the
to
deployment
three
zone,
deployment area of
but it could be right up to it.
Okay.
It just can't be within range 1 to 2 of the edge of the board.
Gotcha.
So in your
Edge of
case,
board.
it's still 1 to 2. On mine, it's right at 5.
Okay.
Since I'm second player,
It is a burning force.
the first player is the one that chose the card. I know this is confusing, but this is the way it goes. It's one of those things. I'll read the tournament.
I think I'm just gonna stick it right there.
Okay.
So because it's starting with the player who did not choose this card, that would be
right
me
there.
because I didn't choose this card. So I get to place the first token. You don't want to be on top of it. So, all right, players take turns placing one of their. When you get, so you're gonna get 3 and I get 3, and I got to do it within range 1 to 3 of your deployment area, but beyond range 1 of terrain. Other than that, tokens for the edge of the play area. So it's got to be at field range 1 of the edge of the play area, terrain,
Okay.
or other tokens. Okay.
And the rock.
And your deployment
Rock,
edge
I'm
is
gonna
like
stick.
here, as you can see. So I can do this, and I can place one right here at the ball top. Okay. And that's beyond 1 here. Beyond 1 there. Okay. Yes. You have to. Yeah. You have to place it within my within
There's
running.
all setup instructions.
So it has to be.
So then after that,
Anywhere. I mean, if you go out.
oh, volatile runes.
You can't go
So we
closer
need
to
6
than
of
one.
the objective tokens.
Yep.
You doing okay, Mark?
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
So then Volatile Rune screws the first player again, because then it says, starting with a player who did not choose this card. First
Sorry,
player is
that's not
treated
what
as
we
choosing
do.
this card.
And,
Second player is treated as choosing that
They
card.
want me to get
The only
like,
points make a lot of difference.
Well, so good place 3, but
lunch and stuff. We'll take our time, and then we'll come back again.
And basically, if you're in contact with the rune, you take the damage.
Oh, I know.
So I'm about 5 minutes. I'm gonna start the timer.
Right.
I won't.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can still get set up and everything. So
acrylic ones.
yeah, I'll definitely be back and forth.
So I got to do it 1 to 3.
It's an interesting safety tip on that one.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna place one.
Actually, yours all acrylic? Oh, no, they're
No,
not.
I've got
Okay.
some cards.
I was thinking, pull mine out for knowledge a little bit.
These are the officially cut ones, and they're huge. Like,
Yeah, which is odd.
Yes.
Yes. Seeing what we use them for.
Any of your trays have to be touched.
for stuff where it's like, put this on the card, and if it loses that card, it's gone, then it doesn't matter. But for these small ones where I actually have to go on the board, so it'll be 3 for you.
Okay.
Then starting with the player who did not choose this card,
Which would be
players
you.
take turns placing the tokens in range 1 to 3 of their opponent's deployment area, but beyond range 1 of other terrain. Other objective tokens to the end of the player area. So range 1 to 3 of a deployment zone, but outside of range 1 of the edge of the play areas or other terrain or other tokens.
Okay.
And then back to you for the final piece.
Yours is a 1. So range 1 to 3, I'm going to stick my first one there.
Okay.
All right, and now it's going to be, since I am the second player, you are, oh, you have 4 units, so that's 4 deployments, I have 5. So I have to place 1 unit down first, and then you will place 1 unit down. So I will start.
There.
No. I mean, in game, as a model, yes. Painted, yes. In game, still trying to make it work. I think 1 Rune Golem works. It can be effective for what you need to do. I don't like the unreliability of that. That they don't have any kind of. It's hard to get them a reroll mechanic or anything like that. So.
And I've got that.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay.
If you land on them, cool. End your turn with your trace.
Now setup.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
So, like,
and I only have 3. So
For
you have to
example, right now,
deploy.
if it was as is, if this was the roll
To
turn for runes, you're familiar
Get
how
deploy.
runes draw, right?
First player has to deploy
One,
units,
two,
or whoever has more units has to deploy the units until they're tied. Then it starts with the first player. So you'll go deploy 3, and then deploy your 4th, and then I'll deploy my 1st.
Okay.
So 4 for you, and then 1 for me. It's one of the downsides of bringing a larger army. It's like, well,
you're going to be first.
you lose the
place
deployment a
round,
little
and then
bit,
so you'll
but
call
you have the
first.
larger.
And then
dials.
next round I'll call it out. It switches back and forth. How we doing?
Okay.
Feel free. Go take a look. You got more painted ones here and on that table too, if you want to see. This is called Rune Wars. Rune Wars? Yeah. Just a fantasy block pushing model game.
Here's the box for it.
Yeah, there you go. Very charming picture there.
Okay.
Cross them out there. Okay.
First one, and then I'll do one.
I'm gonna go with a. Down right there. Right there for Rungals. Oh, there's Carrie. Killer. She's a bully. Did you give her Fortuna's dice?
Oh, the little
Did you
12
give your upgrades?
Number? Yeah.
Is she naked in regards to now no upgrades on better? Not the literal naked, but I mean. Alright, so
I'm not seeing it.
this is Lord Hopper.
Oh, here it is. Somewhere. Yeah, nope, nope.
Okay. And back to you.
There it is.
Oh. Must have been underneath the model. Good times. Alright, so I do. That's 4.
That's 4. So then I'll do 1.
You do whatever you like.
And back to you. Okay.
You know that unit can't enter this terrain, right?
What?
That unit will not be able to enter that terrain. Okay? You understand about the trade limitation? Okay. Just don't want to surprise you. All right. Well. Is it good? It's the same actually as yours.
Those are both white
It's
cards.
6 trays. You have 6 trays. It's just that Lord Hawthorne visibility allows me to make them wider, so they have more threat. And then I give them an upgrade called Fortress in Battle. All right. There is my infantry right here. Good theory, yes.
Fortified removes
Combat is
wounds.
really good.
Justin.
Was it wounds or damage?
Nope.
Protected removes damage. Is it fortified removes wounds?
No, fortified gives you +1 defense.
Oh, +1
in
defense.
melee.
Okay.
Or plus if it's fortified 1, it's +1 defense. If it's fortified 2, you know.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead
So
and start
extra
the timer,
defense
okay?
and melee.
Okay.
So we start hour and a half starts now. Okay, you can place that last piece of.
My last deployment will be Vornthul the Cursed.
Luke, did you and Zach pay, by the way, for entry?
No.
Okay, when you get a chance.
Okay.
It's on a break, so.
Yeah, it's $5. And his ability, after setup, I'm going to choose one enemy, and that enemy receives an immobilize.
No, yeah, so I
So-
this is my last place, I'm waiting for your last place. That's the benefit of going second, so I can see.
I'm going to immobilize your hero.
Okay.
Well, so you got to keep in mind your back edge has got to be touching the terrain. Now, and the other thing you got to worry about,
Use
though,
deployment.
so hold your template. Let me show you something. I don't want to make you hose yourself. Turn your template. So.
Then player one, which would be cast runes, right?
Yep.
Watch this. That there, right? As you're tying into the template,
So,
notice how you go all of a sudden collide on the edge of the terrain.
What does that mean? Natural?
Natural.
You want to keep that in mind.
Stable
You want to
natural.
give yourself, you want to give yourself some
Forward volatile?
probably maybe a little bit more than the other. You understand? Yeah. Because and also the same thing happens too. Let's say you want to do a reform, right? You're like right here. You cannot do a reform because no matter what you do, you're going to be off the edge. And so, because you have to turn around on the center. You just hold yourself. Yes, with a unit that size, you have to be very conscientious of that. So that is why you want to make sure that you give yourself some space. So like you can't you right now as is, you can do a reform around the center like this. That's fine.
Okay. I'll give you a rundown of my list.
Okay.
These guys are what you encountered last time. They have mastercrafted weapons and combat ingenuity, so they're turning all surges on a 1-to-1 ratio surge into a hit.
And is that an exhaust or is that just a?
Keep doing it.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. Just keep going. The Death Knights have column tactics, so they're treated as a threat 3 with 2 rerolls.
Okay.
Or no, threat 3 with 1 reroll.
Right. Yep.
They may apply that, and you have to do that before you reroll anything. They also have Reaping Blade, so in melee, any die that they roll that doesn't have an icon like this is treated as a Mortal Strike instead.
Okay.
And then they have Raven Tabard, so all of their blue initiatives are decreased by 1, so they'll go 1 faster. And then they have File Leader, so if I do a charge too early, or not a charge, if I do a melee too early and I whiff, if you charge into me,
You
I
get
get to
to
swing
attack
before you
before.
swing back.
Okay. Very cool.
So if you charge into me after I've whiffed, I still swing. And then Vornthul has Thirst of Biohall, so in a melee, if you suffer at least 3 wounds, I can either discard a Bane, a Wound, or ready an upgrade card.
Okay.
And then Demodium Blades, which I can exhaust to give him Precise if he doesn't have Precise, or Lethal if he doesn't have Lethal. And those are based on the runes.
Okay.
And then he's got some shenanigans that
What was that last one? Sorry.
he has some shenanigans. So like his card, if he doesn't have Precise, I can give him Precise Stable, and if he doesn't have Lethal, I can give him Lethal for the
Equal to-
volatile.
Equal the number.
Yeah, but I have
He's
to,
dangerous right now.
yeah, but I have to discard that or exhaust it to do it. But other than that, that's kind of it. He does some jumping around, as you'll see here in a minute. So
Yeah.
it's my first time running him, so I'm gonna see how he goes.
Okay. My army,
Okay.
from left to right. Death Knights with the Obsidian's Gauntlet. Reanimate Archers, nothing special. Anchor Morrow with Regenerative Magic.
Okay.
Reanimates with an Aggressive Drunner and a Necromancer.
Okay.
And these reanimates have Rank Discipline.
Okay.
And then these Death Knights have Rank Discipline as well.
Okay.
So,
Alrighty. Alrighty. So as first player, you'll start calling off the initiative.
okay.
Hey there. How are you? We had 16 trainings last night at
All right. We're ready. Okay, so you're going to call initiatives. So we start with 2 is going to be the lowest possible. Do I have? Do you have a 2? Okay. Your 2 would go first. So there's okay. I do have a 2. It's Lord Author, and he's going to use a special ability to get everybody within range 3 and inspiration. Cool. And if you need inspiration tokens on that, we'll I have stuff. And he's gonna get one himself.
Okay.
See that?
Initiative 1.
Nope.
2.
Nope.
3.
Okay,
You have a 3.
Okay.
We're going to
Okay, go for 3.
rally, go forward, and occupy this turn.
Okay.
That is my only 3.
Okay. I have a 4.
Okay.
They're going to rally.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. I have a 5.
Yes. Tell you what, I'll get you, so we don't get ourselves confused, I'll give you the fire. How's that?
So they're in range. So they have rank discipline, and they have a surge from the dial.
And you can use these for
I'm gonna re-roll that one. So 2, 4 wounds.
4 damage.
4 damage.
I have 3 defense, so it'll turn into 1 wound.
Okay.
And do you know which tray?
Let's go with that one.
this guy. So they're going to up their defense.
And they're 3 to kill, correct?
Yes.
3/3. Okay. All right. Do you have a 5?
I do not have a 5.
All right, back to you.
6.
Nope.
Okay. I have a 7. This will move a 3 and a 2 forward. So. No shortage of pieces.
So we're just
are
kicking
there.
back, having some beers, and shouting at each other because we're getting inspired. We're rallying each other, you know? Decon versus Decon. Ah, ah!
No one really wants to be the first one to go to Civil War.
Yeah, right? What are they doing? I don't know. Yell at them.
Picture like
Mark
a.
doesn't know. Just scare, try to scare
Picture
them away.
everyone doing the hawker right now. All right, that's my 5.
I don't have a 5.
I do.
Or pardon me, that was my 7.
Oh,
my
I
first
do,
7.
I do have a 7.
Now, I got a marching 1, so I have to abide by that. So they're going to move. Now, because it's a trait 2 terrain and a trait 3, I'm not going to action this terrain because it's 5. I do have the option to
Oh,
move
look at him skirt the fire.
because I have just explained to you. This is a really cool upgrade to think about.
Okay. He will do a skill.
Marching Cornisan.
So
allows me.
I place my range or unit at range 2 of its position and not engage with an enemy, and then transform into Lord Vorenthul and receive a stun token.
And basically, all I'm going to do is.
So
this is not
essentially,
gonna be that
He's
significant
going
here,
batty on me,
but
is
it
he?
could be a big
It's
deal.
going to go
In the case of, you know,
At
I can
range
also
2.
be in position to start firing this round because they turn, and then this guy's also in range. You know, another number of things here. So, because he applied to this terrain, I will also get inspiration.
that.
Okay.
Off the board,
Super inspired right now.
and you receive a stun token.
Okay.
You don't have any.
So-
fours. Okay, so I do have another 4. This group here. Which
My
is basically
next 7.
a-
I'll do a move forward 3, apply to the terrain here, and then just, yeah. Okay. 7 to you.
No 7.
Oh, refresh.
Okay. 7. He's going to rally.
All right, we got 2 red. Runes might matter because you have fire runes and I have a rune golem.
Okay. 8. He will rally, use it to get rid of the stun token.
And then you have fire rune, which is special, right?
And then there's only
You
one
have fire rune on the
rune,
crossbow, right?
but I will take a wound to
So,
add a
but
partial
then
tray to him.
because you're out of range of anything, it doesn't do it. But you did a special, is what I'm saying, so you have to do fire rune attack. Does that make sense? Yeah, you court.
He
yeah, pay
will
attention
not
to
be
what you're
able
doing
to
on that
sustain
secondary
that
rune.
terrain.
On the modifier side, pay attention.
Is that a 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I thought it was a 4.
So
This one's the 4.
you
That-
are all
oh,
done,
6.
Right? Oh,
In
I'm
which
not
case,
going
never mind,
for
I won't do
7,
that.
so you're going after 4, 7. Okay. Okay. So you're 7.
Oh, and actually, for playing for Temple, I do get an inspiration token.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
And that was his
It's not
8?
on the board.
That was.
And you're out.
I'm out.
Okay, so here's my 8. Two. There's another 2.
Okay. Not to get greasy.
Yes.
All right, so that's round 1.
Yep.
Cast the roses.
Like it. All right. Yep. So I have this one here. They're going to
We
get
have-
token.
2 stable,
And then
and
you had 1 shift.
2 volatile rooms.
Too stable, too volatile.
Shift forward.
Put off the hard decision for a little bit.
All right. And there is our turn for turn 1.
So I can move and then use my fire room?
Yes. Yes. That's the great thing about fire rings. So you can follow that.
So I get it every
Yeah, because it doesn't exhaust. Which makes part of, but keep in mind, the runes will change. So actually, you gotta roll that too. New turn.
Am I allowed to?
Okay, so we have 2 red and 2 blue. No, you're not allowed to use. You are allowed to. So here's a tip: you can use the range rulers. You can't use the new rituals and attraction rule. Okay. But here's another tip. Let me show you something. Let me show you the new ritual. So, other than the 1, this is the same distance. So this is like 2 blocks of these. So basically 2 through 5 is what you do. Yeah. So if you use this, you kind of say, okay, that's up to here is 4. You see what I mean? At the very edge. It's like a form. And that's how I gauge where you mark charger and stuff. Does that make sense, Zach? Yeah. Okay. So by using this helps a lot. Where it becomes complicated is when you start to use the terms. You know, that's where it gets hard to like, you know, oh, am I gonna make it or something like that. So.
So if I wanted to turn, like, would it have to go this way or left or
You can turn left or right. So as long as you put which the key is that you have to put the turn modifier
Yeah.
into the dial. Otherwise you can't turn it off. But but that should, even though that turn shows a right turn, that means left or right. You have the option at the time when you feel down.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So it's time.
So your player call?
Any ones?
I have the initial.
Negative.
And I will
Any
call
twos?
the numbers.
Nope.
So
Ready?
I have the 2. I'm going to reveal that first. Look at that.
This 3. We're going to rally and +1 defense.
This time, I'm out of range of blue now.
Okay. 3 for you.
Negative.
Okay. I have another 3.
Oh, nice puppy. You get inspiration.
So not duration, that's nice.
Forward 1. He's going to
So
transform.
allows me, inspiration tokens allow me to exhaust.
Place that unit at range 1 and in line of sight of its current position. Engage with an enemy. And square up as if I had collided.
So, but it like, so
So
Like I have tempered steel, which is an exhaust. So if I
Range 1.
utilize my tempered steel on this unit when it fires and all that, I can unexhaust it.
Engage with an enemy.
I have open inspiration in this unit, which is also these are the reasons why I have it. This unit has dispatch.
Square up as if he collided, so I'll
Okay.
squeeze into your.
And has he taken a panic since he wasn't in charge?
Nope. That's a special skill that allows you to do
Actually, was that a skill marker that he used for that?
Yes. It's an action, not a modifier. So it can't be stunned.
Oh, okay. That's too bad. All right, so that was your 3.
Not quite done. He then gets to perform a melee attack and remove 1 die from that attack. Okay. So because he's now back in the Vornthul, I would normally roll red and white. I'd remove the red, but then I'm flanking, so I add it back.
Okay. Is he lethal or brutal?
He is lethal. He's brutal 1, lethal 2 at the moment. Protected 2.
Alright. I have no force. No force? Okay. I have no. So you have no force.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage
That's fine.
with a panic.
So no shot. Nothing happens. That's and you have a 5. Yep. So
I'll just take the 8 damage.
Okay. Which trade do you like to kill?
The closest one, please.
Okay. It's gonna glide. Alright, and boom, boom. That's okay.
You only suffered 2 wounds.
And you're gonna go ahead, get an inspiration token for flying with the train, because that's the book. And you're stuck.
I will square up,
I mean, you can't do anything further there. You can still
engage with you, and then I have 1 panic token, so I'm going to draw that. Rising panic, you'll receive 2 more panics.
Steadfast.
Steadfast fear?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I won't do anything.
So that was 5, 4 5.
Real neat job you did on that.
Roll 5.
It took a while.
I bet.
That was my only 3s.
Okay.
So now 4.
I have the 4, do you not?
Go.
Okay. She had no skill, so never mind that.
Okay. Keep going for 4s. I have no 4s.
I have no more 4s.
Okay. I don't have a 5. Do you have a 5?
I have 5s.
Go 5.
First one, they will fire at the Death Knight coming in at them.
Yeah.
So these are the ones with rank discipline. They're armor 3.
Yes. For you, you want to decide since you have to get back.
I'm going to reroll everything. Okay. So 4
Turns into a wound.
So
Death Knight down.
Which side?
Let's take it from that side. You ever use Wraith?
No.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
Not yet. I've tried him one time and I didn't like him, but I'm going to give him another try. Probably.
This one you have to be at the range 1.
My other 5. This one. Same thing. They do not have any modifiers.
So if you have something in range, you can utilize that.
So same thing. 4 with the panic token. There's nothing for me to snipe out, correct?
Just sit here.
Okay. So another 1 dead. Take that 3. And then you're steadfast, correct? So the panic doesn't
Well,
thing.
you can reform.
Yes.
Like that.
That's correct.
Not the,
Okay.
yeah, you're
Well, unless you don't
you're
draw
gonna
a
have
fear
to
card.
adjust that, that's for sure.
Oh, is there
Okay, so
others?
that.
Yeah, there's fear, doubt.
Okay, so now I'm
Gotcha.
gonna start with my 7.
Fear.
Fear.
That is
Fear.
1. And
Keep going for 5s.
I am out of 5s.
With Raven Tabards, this becomes a 6.
Dang it. Okay.
They're charging at a 4.
I forgot they had Raven Taverns.
Block. Square up that way. And Melee attack.
I have an 8.
Uh,
Stacy is a